The naira, in its longest stretch of stability this year, holding within a narrow band of 1,520 naira to 1,537 naira per dollar for almost 8 weeks. Welcome to Business Point, where we extract the Nigerian economy and the government policies. I am Kike Lomo Ukeri. The naira, in its longest stretch of stability this year, holding with a narrow band of 1,520 naira to 1,537 naira per dollar for almost 8 weeks, from mid-June to early August. This comes after a year marked by sharp swing, including a January rally, an April slump, and a May-June recovery. Market data tracked shows that the exchange rate has moved less than 2 naira to 3 naira on most trading days in this period. A contrast to the double-digit jump seen in earlier months, this stability is particularly notable given the summer holiday season, when demand for foreign exchange typically spikes as Nigerian travels abroad for vacation, education, and shopping. In addition, several banks have recently announced the availability of Naira debit card for dollar transaction abroad, a move that analysts says has boosted confidence in the ongoing exchange rate reform under the CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso. At the start of 2025, the Naira strengthened sharply from 1,538 naira to 1,475 naira per dollar by the end of January. That rally reserved a match, culminating in the weakest level of the year, 1,644 naira to a dollar in April. The currency then recovered steadily through May and June, setting the stage for the current period of stability. Analysts pointed out that to a combination of global currency trends and domestic policy shifts as the main reason for Naira's longest stretch of stability this year. The US dollar index has softened in recent weeks as US inflation data moderated and expectation of interest rate cuts by Federal Reserve grew. This has eased pressure on emerging market currency, including Naira, by reducing capital outflow and improving sentiment towards riskier assets. Nigerian foreign reserve climbed above the $40 billion mark, the highest in the year. This has boosted investors and traders' confidence that the Central Bank of Nigeria has enough firepower to intervene in the FX market if volatility spikes, providing a psychological backstop against sharp swing. The 10 top Nigerian companies with the largest cash holding ended the first half of 2025 with a combined total of 2.31 trillion naira in the bank. This represents a 30.9% increase from 1.7 trillion naira collectively reported by the same set of companies a year earlier. Cash in the bank refers to funds a company can access immediately, whether held in bank accounts or short-term deposits. It serves as a clear indicator of company's capacity to quickly meet its obligations, invest in growth opportunity, or withstand unexpected shocks. In corporate reporting, this reflects under cash and cash equivalent on the balance sheet, covering not only actual cash but also near cash investment that can be converted into liquid funds within a few months. International bureaus ranked 10th on the list with 86.6 billion naira in cash and cash equivalent as of June 2025, down from 109 billion naira at the end of last year. The bureau current assets came in at 304.2 billion naira, down to 10.1%. While current liabilities stood at 196.3 billion naira, down to 23.4%. Inventories were valued at 93.7 billion naira, giving a quick ratio of 1.07 above 1.00 standard, meaning the company has enough liquid assets to cover the short-term debt without selling inventories. Notably, the company swung from a loss of 119.5 billion naira last year to an operating profit of 56 billion naira in the first half of 2025 and recorded a pre-tax profit of 61.5 billion naira after a loss of 150.2 billion naira. Let's take a quick short break. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's Business Point, where we extract the Nigerian economy and the government policies. Across industries, artificial intelligence is changing the way business is done. Faster decisions, smarter marketing, and customer experience tailored like never before. From analysis, massive data in seconds, to predicting what buyers want before even ask, AI is giving companies a powerful edge. But with this innovation comes to a critical question: how far should business go in letting machine decide? Today we break it down how AI is reshaping decision making, marketing, and customers' experience, and what it means for the future to do business. To do justice to this topic, with me in the studio is Light Ihesulo, CEO Innovation Strategies at Lognetics. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
You're welcome to the show.
Thank you so
much. Hope I pronounced your name very well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, quickly, for viewers that are just into this, who may just be new to this concept, how would you define artificial intelligence in the context of business?
Okay, so of course, just like the word artificial intelligence, artificial is anything that is actually man-made, and intelligence is more like an expression of well-processed data that is now converted to actual information. So in the context of business, this is basically a simplified system that humanity has created that can actually help to simplify processes for people. More like it helps you to think, it helps you to execute function. Beyond just even thinking, it helps you to perform your activities even more seamlessly. You know? So in the context of business, I would possibly say that artificial intelligence is basically not just a buzzword this time around. It's not basically a nonce. You know, because every single business right now across the entire globe will need AI to help them to automate processes and, of course, make decision making even more effective and a little bit more comprehensive. Yeah.
Okay, some say AI is just a smart automation. Others say it's a new form of intelligence. Which one is more accurate? And is this hype around AI business justified, or is just another tech for buzzword?
Okay, so AI being a new form of intelligence and AI is literally being automation, I wouldn't want to justify any of those phenomenons greater or even higher. So what I'm going to possibly say is that AI, of course, we already know artificial intelligence, it's basically a form of intelligence, but I wouldn't necessarily say that AI just basically came into existence, or maybe the word became even more trendy, because the process of automation has actually been there since inception, when smart systems were possibly built. Even in most homes right now, you can possibly see that you can talk to your home assistant to help you execute functions. This is something that has actually been in existence for a couple of years now. It didn't just happen 2 years back. You understand? So AI is not necessarily just a basic buzzword in form of a new form of intelligence. AI is not only just automation. AI is basically one of that artificially intelligent structure that helps in executing functions even better. You know, so this is basically what I'm possibly going to say about.
Okay, talking about customers' experience in your own view, has AI genuinely improved customer service, or it has made it less personal?
Okay, so a few days back, I was trying to communicate with some of our partners in the United States, and it was actually an AI that spoke to me. It was after the conversation I knew that I was actually interacting with an AI as a customer service agent. You know, even businesses currently now in Nigeria are currently implementing the concept of artificial intelligence into customer relationship. It is not making businesses less productive, rather AI in customer service is actually helping businesses to execute functions and even activities even better, you know. So every single business would.
So you're saying that should we trust the logarithm with decision making involving millions of dollars with AI?
Okay, so this is where ethical structures come in, right? Because these are client information that you might possibly be dealing with, which connect with their resources. Of course, money is a lot. So a lot of people will not want to entrust their resources into a system that they possibly do not know where it's coming from. So ethical structures need to be put in place to be able to help businesses make better informed decisions when artificially intelligent systems or structures are handling finances or maybe transactions in general. Yeah.
Okay, like a follow-up right now, AI chat robot convenient for customers, just cutting tricks for companies?
Okay, AI chat robots. Now, almost every system right now that has like a chat integration feature embedded into their whole flow is currently or has a direct connection with automated responses.
Okay.
And this is basically AI, right?
Okay.
So most times, let's say for example, you're trying to communicate with a customer support, for example, you're trying to communicate with the customer support. Most times you can see conversations like, hello, what would you need today? Kindly let me know each of the information that you need me to provide to you and all of those things. And then you give it detailed information and the next thing it tells you, okay, this is actually beyond my ability to handle. I will now connect you to a human expert to provide feedbacks for you. So most chat automation systems have artificial intelligence embedded into them right now in the current age. You understand? So the part of human AI connection is where there's now going to be a stronger synergy. That's not just because we have AIs right now that think almost like humans, but they cannot think as well as humans will think, especially on the part of empathy, emotions, and trying to connect with you on a more deeper level. AI is basically just built for automation most of the time, but there are AI systems right now that are going beyond just basic plug-in feature and then plug-out expressions. It's now giving more realistic expression. Most times when you're even talking to some of these chat systems, it tells you some things and you'll be like, oh my God, I want to cry. Like one of my friends was just me recently, and she was like, she was having like a downtime, and then she was talking to ChatGPT. ChatGPT made her so emotional, and she was like, first time somebody's actually understanding what I feel, you know. If a man cannot understand what you feel, like AI is literally expressing himself even better to you right now. So there's this implementation of emotion that is currently placed into artificial intelligence systems right now. And I think it's really also helping in interactions and conversations that exist between businesses and consumers.
So in all of this, what are the biggest ethical challenges company faces implementing AI tools?
Okay, so one of them I think will be privacy. Because a lot of our informations are literally just exposed, and beyond this information is exposed, I would say that most times, okay, now let me give an instance of some of the trending AI systems like maybe Gemini, ChatGPT, Meta AI, even the Groks by X and most of those. Most times you train them based on your own personal information. Like for example, I was actually asking AI about a friend of mine who basically just got into business and he owns like a very nice organization, right? And one of the few things that the AI mentioned was that I don't know who he is, because his information is not publicly available on the internet. And this is what I told the AI system. I told the chat system that, okay, this person is so and so. This is what he does. Please, in our next conversations, kindly remember this. Trust me, that's sticked in. It sticked in, and then in our subsequent conversations, it remembered it. So imagine if I'm training an AI system on somebody else's information, and then somebody else somewhere basically wants to research about that person, and then if the information I'm providing to the AI is not as accurate as it should be about you, then the privacy issue is one of those things that I think really needs to be looked into.
All right, before you go, do you see AI creating jobs that replacing it in the long run?
Okay, so this argument has actually been in existence for a period of time now, and a lot of people are actually worried about the concept of AI taking over jobs rather than bringing in more jobs. The honest truth is that for every single time that a disruption happens in any system, there's always a creation of new job opportunities. So most people will feel like, okay, if an AI is coming, it's just like when Canva, for example, has possibly implemented one of the best AI systems right now in the whole design space. People are feeling like, okay, people that have actually learned maybe the Adobe Suite and most complex softwares will possibly go out of business. But right now, a lot of young people are currently using Canva, making millions of naira out of designs. You know, even ChatGPT that possibly came up, it felt like, okay, they were taking content writers out of business. But trust me, a lot of businesses now hire people that are prompt, that are good with bringing out prompts from these AI systems, and they are being paid. You understand? So AI even makes your job even faster, easier, and even better compared to it actually replacing you. So what I'm going to say is this, before I wrap up, is if you do not embrace the concept of AI and possibly get glued into it right now, you'll be part of the people that will be replaced. But if you actually seize the
So you're saying that
advantage right
we should embrace the concept of AI.
Yes, absolutely. Just like when television came in and radio was there from inception.
From
People were like,
inception.
oh my God, I cannot be seeing my face. I just want to be hearing voices right now.
That's true,
TVs are
that's
the
true.
norms, you know. So,
So I want to say a very big thank you to Lighty Esilio, CEO Innovation Strategies at Lognetic, for sharing those insights. We say thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
As technology continues to evolve, the challenge will be finding the balance between innovation and responsibility. That's it on Business Point this morning. Join me again on Monday for another beautiful edition. Till I come your way again, I am Kike Lomo Okeri. I celebrate you all.